All right, so today we're going to look at, for a closing activity, where did all the lead and iron come from in Flint, Michigan? So our objective here is you'll be able to propose how the iron and lead got into the water in Flint, and I'm just going to give you a little reminder for some background. So a reminder of what happened in Flint. Summer of 2015, Virginia Tech found 20% of the water samples from Flint had lead levels above the limit of 15 parts per million. The lead ion that was found in water was Pb plus 2. And you can also see in the picture of these water bottles here that they're like that cloudy orange. That's showing the lead in the iron in the water. The Flint River also has a very high concentration of chlorine, much higher than the water from Detroit. One thought is that the runoff from salting the roads in the winter caused higher levels of sodium and chlorine. The water pipes in Flint are made of iron, aluminum, and lead. And here's a picture of those three different types of materials. The one on the left is lead, the one in the middle is aluminum, and the one on the right is iron. And here's just some pictures to remind you of what it looked like. All right, things to remember from the rusting lab that might help you out. Water is not passive. Hydrogen and oxygen do not share their electrons evenly. Oxygen has them more of the time, so it's slightly negative and hydrogen is slightly positive. This sets up an attraction called a hydrogen bond between the water molecules. And remember that hydrogen can slide along the hydrogen bond between two water molecules to form H3O plus and OH minus. And we know our first step in any reaction is our iron losing electrons. So here we have Fe goes to Fe plus 2 electrons. And just realizing lead would have to do a similar thing to react. All right, so where do the electrons go? Of course, the positive ions in the water can pick up these electrons. The more ions in the water, the faster the metal gets into the solution. Another part of this is the activity series. The rate at which it happens depends on how active the metal is. So metals lose electrons when they react with nonmetals. The higher on the activity series, the more easily it loses electrons. Only metals above can replace something below it on the activity series. All right, so now it's your turn to kind of use the following slides to write out your evidence, reasoning, and claim. Write out a model that hypothesizes how lead and iron got into the water in Flint. Your model should be in the claim, evidence, reasoning format. Start with your evidence in the section, which is the macroscopic view, the large scale. So you can either take a picture or draw what you saw happening in Flint, and then give a verbal description of your observations. Then move to your reasoning, which is the microscopic view, the atomic scale of what's happening. You're explaining what happened to the atoms. Your reasoning should include a drawing of what is happening at the atomic scale and a written explanation. Make sure your hypothesis is supported with observable evidence or ideas about what you already know or have seen in or out of the classroom. The last section of your model is claim. This is just an overview of what happened and why it happened. So again, here's the first one where you're doing the evidence. The next one is your reasoning. I give you 2 slides for this, just in case you need it, because there's more to that one. And then there's your page for claim. All right, good luck.